All right, guys, it's actually 2 days later. Circumstances have finally worked out to where I get my butt back up here. It's actually Sunday, but the sun's out, and they're calling for a whole bunch of rain the next couple of days. So we're gonna try to get this thing knocked out today. Got the laser, measuring wheel, camera, you guys. Let's go up here, make a few shots, pull a few measurements, and see what we got going on. All right, guys, so here's a real quick little update. First off, don't judge me. I left my dang grade rod in the truck. I was too lazy to go back and get it, so we're improvising with a stick. It'll work great for what we're doing. But surprisingly, this pad, I can find where oh, my laser died on me. Oh my goodness, and the batteries are dead. Oh boy, it's gonna be a long day, I can already tell. All right, so you're gonna have to take my words for me. Take my word on this. What's going on here? Oh, we got all kinds of lights flashing. See if they'll fire back up. Come on. You know, oh, there we go. Look, I can prove to you. You guys don't think I'm crazy. All right. So this pad here that I just kind of roughed in by eyeball ended up being within about an inch. Which is, as much as this ground's pumping and just guessing it, I'm extremely tickled with that. Look at that. Come over here. About ½ inch low right there. Check her one more time over here. Maybe about an inch low there. That's not bad for an absolute guess, but what I'm more, lay that up there so I don't run over it. So we need to be 30 by 50, and what I'm more excited about is I think that elevation is going to be right. Right now we're close to 45, so I can steal some dirt out over here to get water to drain away, and I'm about 45 feet that way. I got a lot of dirt to go that way yet, so I think we're good on our elevation. Obviously I need to do a little bit of work on my ditch so it drains a little better, but that was just kind of a rough end job anyways. Well, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to bring the traco up across here. I'm going to take the bucket and lob this dirt over the hill one time, kind of get that somewhat roughed in, and then we'll take the blade and try running this thing in on grade and see what happens. So let me hop in the machine, get that thrown over, and then we'll meet again, and I'm gonna get you some shots of using this blade because I'm pretty happy with the way it's working so far. So this is another handy feature using this blade, and yeah, you can do this with a bucket. I've done it with a bucket for years. Basically what I'm trying to do now is just push me a bench in across the top of all this dirt, and basically the more level the machine is sitting, the easier it is to dig level. So I can just take this blade, push me a real quick little bench in across here. I'm sitting level, and it makes my job of lobbing this dirt up and over way easier. I can do this in probably about half the time with the blade and do a better job than what I could just by using the bucket. I mean, literally I'm just driving over the pile and picking out a few sticks, and that's about the end of it. Let me turn around here and I'll show you what we got behind me, and I'll just see what I'm talking about. So if you guys can see over there, let me do this number here. You guys can probably see a little better, but literally I just drove up and over the pile. Now I got this nice flat bench to sit in to grab that dirt and start winging it over. It's just handy. I don't know how, it's just handy. All right, enough talking, let's move some dirt. One random point I want to bring up about this blade while we're just sitting here kind of swinging dirt is I don't want anybody to mistake anything and think this thing's a bulldozer or trying to replace a bulldozer. You know, in this situation, if I had a bulldozer here, I'd just be taking the blade and pushing this pile out instead of taking the tractor and swinging it like I am now. Now, one's probably just about as fast as the other. It probably really just depends on what piece of equipment you have on the job as far as which way you're going to go. But the blade would not be the blade on this machine would not be the proper application to use it. to push this dirt out. It's definitely better to take the bucket and swing it. Where the blade comes in handy is just finishing up and fine tuning is what its purpose is, I believe. I mean, this machine's not made to push. It don't have the same undercarriage on it as a dozer, don't have the same final drives as a dozer. You can do it, but you don't want to wear it out. Did it, I guess is what I say. So that's why I'm not using the blade to push this pile over, because I still feel like it's more efficient and it's easier on the machine. Take the bucket and swing like I'm doing, and then once I get it close to where I need it to be, I'll come back with the blade and fine tune it, get it on grade, shape it, fill in any small imperfections, anything of that nature. So hopefully that makes sense. I don't want to mislead anybody on what I think its intended purpose is or what I think you should use it for, but it's just one of those things. It's handy to have, or I found it really handy to have more times than not. This dirt has actually dried out pretty good here over the last day or two. Getting all those trees out of here where that sun can get in here and shine really kind of made a difference on drying her up. I may be getting a little deep there, boys. Let's leave some of that there behind. See what we got over here to come off our benchmark. There we go. This thing's got such a more powerful swing than the 120. It's crazy how much more swing power it has, which is really handy. Take it a little bit low. Oh yeah, there we go. Take that low spot. Sitting up on a pile like this, it's so hard to see grade. Kind of got to get a reference point, and once you get a reference point, you just kind of go with it from there. I don't think we're too far off there. All right, marching on, marching on. Alright, I'm going to finish getting this swung over. We'll probably take a few elevation shots and come back and see what we got. Get her leveled out. Alright guys, so here's the plan of attack. This is about, skip forward hour and 25 minutes of time. This is what we got. So I basically got the pad. I kind of tracked this in a little bit just to compact it. I basically got it roughed in with a bucket. Haven't used the blade much, and I've got my distances. Everything is good. I'm pretty much on grade back there from where we checked it earlier this morning, but it probably comes up 6-8 inches coming out this way according to the laser, and my eyeball will agree with the laser. So what I'm going to do at this point is I'm going to try to get myself started. One disadvantage this thing has is it don't have tilt, so I kind of got to get myself started going level, and I should just be able to push everything off the end with the blade and hopefully get this thing in on grade pretty close. So one way to find out. Let's do it. folks. Hope you enjoy the time lapse. We're gonna play a little game called we'll call it Predict a Comment. I'm sure a bunch of you guys out there are gonna say, well, why didn't you bring the dozer or the skid steer in here to do some of this? And it would have been faster, it would have been better. And you know what? I'm not gonna argue with part of that. But I do agree that there is some aspects of this job the dozer would have been a lot faster and a lot better. For example, running this slope in right now. And there's some aspects of this job that I could have done with the skid steer probably a little better, like leveling off the path and moving some of this dirt around. But here's the reality of that. Just because it's faster, don't mean it's better. And what I mean by that is guys, those machines do not show up on job sites for free. It costs money to get them there. The dozer and the skid steer are both sitting on a job almost 50 miles from here. And if I was to go pick those up and haul them into this job, do the few tasks I needed to, quicker, easier, and faster, one, it would cost me $300 or $400 just in cost to get it here. Two, by the time I went and got here and got back, I already would have been done with the job if I just would have stuck here with the damn track and kept on working like what I'm doing. And this kind of goes into my business model of why I like universal machines and why I wanted the blade on the front of this thing. It's not ideal for every scenario you get into, but two things would have happened on this job if I didn't have this blade. I wouldn't have had to bid it for higher than what I did because I would have had to count on getting 2 pieces of machinery in here, and I may have not got the job. Or two, I would have hauled 2 pieces of machinery in here, and did it for the same price I'm doing it for now, and had less money in my pocket because I would have had another haul bill. Especially on this job, I don't know, Captain Cleveland may have a video of it. He recorded getting it in here. He hasn't posted it yet, but it's a real struggle. This is not an easy job site to get equipment into. So that's why I spec my equipment out the way I spec it out. It's for situations like this. And if I have to, or if I need to, I can get it done with 1 piece of equipment. Because that pad up there, it probably took me half an hour, 45 minutes longer with this than what it would with the dozer. But I got the same result. And half an hour spent with this thing is a whole lot better than 2 or 3 hours on the road. Because that's not counting. I'm not done with the other job, so I would have had to haul the dozer back in there on the other end. So I don't know. Hopefully that makes sense in my thought process and why I stuck with this machine as far as getting this job done. It's also why I spec out my equipment the way I do with the Tracos and dozers and skid steers. Just like this Traco. It's too big for some jobs, it's too small for other jobs. And by golly, there's a lot of jobs I can do with it. So sometimes you just metal by and get a paycheck and you let it go on to the other job. But anyways, hope that makes sense. I'm not going to bore you with philosophies and my thoughts because I'm sure you guys get tired of hearing all that garbage. But I'm close to getting this thing done. Let me polish up a few loose edges here and we'll take a look at her. Alright guys, we're going to take a page out of Captain Kleeman's book here and finish this thing off. There's 3 towboats coming down the river together here, so I thought I'd just get a quick shot of them. We'll get spun around and fly up into the job here. I hope my explanation of why I spec'd my machine out the way I did and kind of my thought process of why it made more sense for me to stick with that machine versus hauling another machine in made sense to you guys. If you guys got any questions about that or would like any further explanations about it, feel free to comment down below. I try my best to get back to each and every comment and answer your guys' questions the best I can, and I appreciate everybody that comments. But here's the end result, guys. It turned out absolutely awesome. I am tickled to death with it. The homeowner was even more tickled with it. The best way I knew to give you guys a little bit of a tour of it was we just dropped the drone down here and took a little fly around. He was hoping for oh my goodness, I done forgot now, what is it, a 30 by 40, and we ended up with right at a 40 by 50. So he's got a little bit of wiggle room. The building won't be right on the edge of it. He should have plenty of room to do what he needs to do. We got good drainage all around the pad. As we head out through here, you guys will notice the road getting in here will need a little bit of work. We're going to wait for it to dry out before we do that, and he can at least get back there, get his pole set, and access the site. So that may be a future project, but that's pretty much it. We're going to head up, watch out for the antenna, head up over the house here, and call this one a wrap, guys. As always, I appreciate you watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment, and you can also find us on Facebook and Instagram. And if you want any cool Dirt Perfect stuff, head over to dirtperfect1.com. Catch you on the next one, guys. Thanks for watching.